Steps toward reopening. U.S. manufacturers and labor unions have formed a COVID-19 coronavirus task force to implement enhanced procedures for returning manufacturing and warehouse employees. Safety departments are tracking best practices and impacts on work sites where work continues in preparation to progressively restart U.S. manufacturing facilities. During the current pause in production, companies are working with government officials and unions to implement new procedures that will certify the daily wellness of the workforce, including redesigning workstations to better implement social distancing.
One of the top questions we see from you, how does the coronavirus spread? Scientists are revealing new answers every day. The main method is when an infected person coughs or sneezes, sending out droplets into the air. Early research showed those droplets could travel up to 6 feet, but a new group of researchers thinks it could be even further. Take a look at this. This is a model they created that shows what happens when you cough in a place like a grocery store. Look at that. Look at how the cloud spreads. The researchers say an infected person could cough and walk away, but they leave behind small particles carrying the virus, which can end up infecting others. And those particles can live in the air for a while. Researchers at the National Institutes of Health, the CDC, UCLA, and Princeton found the virus can live in the air for about 3 hours. On plastic, it can live for 3 days. The same with stainless steel. On copper, 4 hours, and on cardboard, up to 1 day.
So really heavy particles like fungal spores will not be in the air as long as a really light particle like a virus. We know that studies done in major cancer centers have shown that the particles are most disturbed when the room is being cleaned, and that some of the biggest risks or the greatest risk to the patient is putting the patient back in the room after the room has been cleaned and all the particles are stirred up. In many regulatory settings, such as OSHA or EPA, there are regulatory controls, and there's a thing called the hierarchy of control. And most people would agree that the highest step on that is to have an engineering control. And by an engineering control, I mean a control that takes care of the hazards in the environment without requiring human intervention. So in the case of a VidaShield unit, the unit goes in the ceiling. It draws the air in through a MERV 6 filter, through a series of fans, passes over the UVC or the germicidal bulb, and then it goes back into the room. No one has to touch the unit to make it work.
The VidaShield UV24 system uses UVC light and filtration to draw in and treat environmental air. UVC has been shown to kill SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19. UVC light penetrates through the cell walls of microorganisms and disrupts the structure of their DNA molecules, prohibiting reproduction. Areas of concern in manufacturing plants include assembly lines, tool cribs, general offices, business centers, employee entrances, lobbies, turnstiles, conference rooms, employee training areas, plant cafeterias, break rooms, employee locker rooms, medical offices, and office and assembly restrooms.
Think about the air. Doctors wear masks during surgery. Dental hygienists wear them during routine procedures. There is risk of spreading C. diff from simply flushing a toilet. Of the nearly 2 million people contracting healthcare-acquired infections each year, nearly 99 people die, and the cost to the healthcare system is estimated to be $20 billion annually. UV has been used as a disinfection tool for decades in healthcare. But the challenge with UVC technology has always been the method of delivery. It can't be used in occupied spaces. Disinfection only lasts until the space is occupied again, and it's only effective in areas that are direct line of sight. Until now. That is exactly what makes UV24 different. Operating 24/7, 365 in occupied spaces, UV24 is a fast, continuous UVC air purification system that reduces the levels of bacteria and fungi in treated air and reduces the settling of viable bacteria and fungi on surfaces. Healthcare staff have reported improved indoor air quality and reduced odors. The patented UV24 is an active system that draws microorganisms to a UV light. There are two vents on the face of the fixture. Behind one is an array of fans which draws air through a MERV 6 filter which removes larger particles of dust. Air is pulled through the filter into the UV chamber mounted on the back of the fixture at approximately 50 cubic feet per minute. It can treat a volume of air equivalent to a 10 by 10 foot room 4 times per hour. The air moves through a set of safety baffles which prevent the UV light from escaping the chamber. Once in the chamber, a high-intensity UV lamp operates at the peak wavelength of 253.7 nanometers. The air is then pushed through an opposing grill at a 30-degree angle to promote circulation of the treated air throughout the room. Clinical studies have demonstrated that UV24 is effective in removing better than 90% of airborne pathogens, including those most responsible for HAIs. Once UV24 is installed, it requires no engineering controls to operate and minimal maintenance, which helps operational costs low. UV24 is designed for use in hospitals, long-term care facilities, nursing homes, schools, commercial office buildings, and any other location where cleaner environmental air is desired. The energy-efficient UV24 is available in 3 styles. For more information on UV24, contact your local distributor.